Bottom tier character Tomozaki Kun is probably the most underrated show this season. The story follows Tomozaki Kun, a student who is more than distant than the rest of the people in the world. He spends most of his days playing Track Fam, which is basically Smash Bros. He's the #1 player in the world at this quote-unquote god tier game. He's less than pleased with the mechanics of the game of life and considers it the worst game ever. He blames the game of life for making him a bottom tier character. After a fateful meeting with another top tier Track Fam character, Tomozaki is shocked to discover that the player's true identity is Aoi Hinami, a popular, smart, and sociable classmate who is the complete opposite of himself. Hinami, surprised at how inept Tomozaki is at everything besides Track Fam, decides to assist him in this is stupid. Decides to assist him in succeeding in what's called the greatest game of all. You have no idea how hard it was for me to get that line down. Through the gruesome ordeals of social interactions and relationships, Tomozaki begins to advance in the tiers of the glorious game of life. So this anime didn't get a lot of attention this season, and I just can't understand why. Because the show literally tells everyone who blames the world for their shortcomings to go screw themselves. The show got me down to a T, I tell you. Believe it or not, I wasn't popular in high school. Shocker, I know. But I really relate to Tomozaki. He's me in my cringy years. He said, making YouTube videos about anime, hating all the stupid popular people and only wanting to go home and play video games. I needed a Hinami to step in my life and tell me how to play the game of life. What I really love about this show is its characters and the excellent development. Tomozaki starts out as a character that we can relate to and becomes a character we wish we could all become. He grows so well and tries his hardest to be the best him he can be. And get this, the tips actually work. Like in real life, and how to become a better you without all the BS. Hinami basically gives Tomozaki advice you can apply to your everyday life. For instance, stand up straight. Your posture is important, people, to your health and to your attitude. Number 2, smile. Not like a creep, but like you're genuinely happy to be here. Next, start talking to people. Slowly but surely, you'll find out that the game of life is a lot better than you thought it was before. What catches my eye is to see the extent that popular people go to be who they are. Hinami puts on so much effort to being a top tier character, and that effort is why she is who she is. Granted, she admits that she changes who she is around certain people, and that makes sense. I don't talk to my friends the same way I talk to my boss. It's about adapting to your environment, and she does it well. There's all these subtle things people do to become a top tier character. Like, yeah, some of them are insufferable trash, but some are like Hinami, who are smart, funny, athletic, and perfect all around. But in reality, we only see the result of their efforts to be who they are. It's actually quite interesting to see. Let's talk about choices. First, we have the one we've been talking about, the popular and perfect on the surface Hinami Aoi, who is, basic level kind of waifu. She's pretty much what you expect, and you see all sides of her. She doesn't really hide anything from the audience. Then you have the shy and quiet Kuchi Fuka, who will win the audience with her sweet demeanor. Maybe you prefer the middle ground Izumi Yuzu, who is pretty basic, but at the same time shows improvement herself. You end up rooting for her. Maybe you can appreciate the smart and standoffish Tama-chan, who seems to be hiding something. I haven't really figured out her character yet. Or be cultured like myself and choose the obvious best girl, me. Or as Tomozaki puts it, me. Nanami Mimami. Nanami Minami, I actually had to say that slower, is an absolute treat of a character. She has so much energy and she's just such a light whenever she's around anyone. Literally, she makes me smile every time she's on screen, and I'm always rooting for her to do her best. She thinks that no one remembers second place, and it's true, and history does long forget. But it's hard to forget a character with such draw. She's like a mix of Mion from Higurashi and Misaki from Sakura-so no Pet na Kanojo. It's cool, okay? I could go on forever about her, but I'm gonna stop myself before this video gets too long. Tomozaki's main goal is to get a girlfriend. Who out of the bunch could it be? I mean, yeah, we could say that Hinami is setting it all up for her to be the endgame winner, but would that really make sense? I mean, she clearly shows no sign of being interested in him, and they obviously don't pair well. And if I'm honest, Tomozaki isn't really fond of her teachings anymore. He's starting to reject them, and you know what? Good for him. He would go well with Fuka because she's similar to him, but they're both quiet, and it just makes things kind of awkward. I'm rooting for Mimi. I know it's just going to be as pointless as me rooting for Miku, but doggone it, I'm going to do it. She's just, got such a way with words. and other things that make her great. You know what? I love this show. It's been completely overlooked, and you know what? That's sad because I feel like a lot of people could learn some new life tips from this show. If you haven't already, definitely check out bottom tier character Tomozaki Kun. It's a lot better than Horimiya. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that one, but that's gonna be for another video. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of Tomozaki Kun, and if you haven't watched it, are you gonna watch it? Let me know in the comments down below. Alright, I'm out. Peace. See ya.